Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today I'm going to show you a new technique or a different technique to use acrylic paint in things like coasters and jewellery. So carry on watching and enjoy the video. What we're going to need for this technique is we're going to need some silicone moulds. I've got some drop pendant moulds here and a coaster mould, and I will put the link to everything that I use in the description. You're also going to need some acrylic paint. Now I'm using the acrylic paint, like the metallic acrylic paints and the colour shift acrylic paints here. Again, I'll put them in the description. Don't forget, so you don't miss out on any future videos and tutorials and experiments, to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And please like this video because it really does help me get my videos out there. You will also need a paintbrush. It doesn't have to be a new paintbrush. I'm not going to pour the actual acrylic paint out because I'm not going to need that much. So what I'm going to be doing is, as you can see, just pushing it out here and putting it on my brush. So the first coat I'm going to do, and this is done in more than one layer, is I'm just going to pop some bits of this, and this is the bronze that I'm using here, around on the base of the silicone mould. So I'm going to start that one with bronze, and then I'm also going to do the same with the coaster. Put some bronze in it as well. Now I'm just doing a random pattern here, but there's no reason why you couldn't do a specific pattern if you've got one in mind. I'm just going to wipe the paint out of my brush. I'm not washing it out. I don't want the brush to have water in it. And then the next one I'm going to start, and I will be using these same colours all the way through this video, but I'll be using them in a slightly different order. So again, I'm going to put some gold on that one. And I think I will put some, I'll do an oval one as well, and I'll put some gold on that one. And you don't want too much on here to start with. We'll put a little bit of gold in this one. And then the next one, I'm going to start off with a little bit of the colour shift black. I do a lot of different colour shift colours as well. And as you can see, there's still some gold and bronze still attached to this brush. I'm going to just pop a little bit in, just tiny bits on this coaster. We'll let that dry. It shouldn't take long to dry. It'll probably only take about 10-15 minutes. I've mixed up my resin now, and these are all dried as much as I need them to be dried. So I'm going to put my first little layer in, and like I said, it's only going to be a thin layer of this resin. It can be a little bit deeper in the coaster, just enough to cover it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove this resin to the side without touching the bottom of the silicone mould, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, I don't want to move the paint that's on there, and secondly, any little marks that you put on the bottom of a silicone mould with a stick or anything will be there forever, and they'll just come out in anything that you cast in them. So it's always best to treat them as gently as possible and not scrape the bottoms of your moulds. I'm being very gentle here with this, and as you can see, it's a very thin layer, and that's all I want. And what we'll do is we'll leave these to fully cure. So I'll leave these for 24 hours before I do the next stage. I'll just be getting on with some other bits and pieces, put them one side and cover them up. So these are cured now, and I'm ready to put the next layer on. All I'm going to be doing is popping in the next layer, same way as I did the first layer, and that's by pushing on some acrylic paint now onto the actual resin itself, as opposed to onto the base of the mould. So now I'm happy with those layers. I will let that dry, the acrylic dry, and then I will do another very thin pour layer of resin on top of that. Let that cure and ready for the final layer tomorrow. This layer's cured up nicely, look, as you can see. And so I'm going to put one more little layer of acrylic paint on, and then another layer of resin. Because this is in several different layers, what I would recommend is you make these and have them sitting around ready for when you've got a bit of resin left over, that you can just pop it in and just build them up over a couple of days or a few days. And it'll work really well like that. That's what I normally do. So this one I'm just going to use a bit of silver, because I haven't used silver in any of them yet. And I'm just going to dib and dob that in. And you don't have to use a variety of colours. You can just use one colour if you want, or however you want to do it, really. And you don't have to do, like I'm doing long strokes. You can just do spots and dots, or you can just paint it over really thinly, however you want to do it. Your imagination is in control here. This final layer, I'm also going to put a little bit of black in it as well, because I do find that the black really offsets the silver nicely. It just gives it a really good effect. And I'm using the colour shift black here from Folk Art. And once it's dry, I will pop on my final coat of resin. That's all then finished with the acrylic paint. And what I'll do, I'll leave that probably about 10-15 minutes or however long it takes to be dry, and then I will go over it with my final coat of resin on those, and then I'll show you how I finish them off at the end when I take them out of the mould. We've just got one more stage after taking them out of the mould that we need to do, so let's just take them out of the mould. Well, actually, there's not another stage unless you really want to for the coaster, but for the jewellery I always do another stage. So that's the coaster there, and as you can see through it, and you can see all those different colours. Now that acrylic paint is not sitting on the surface, that is actually completely embedded into the resin. And the same for these, where they've got acrylic paint on the front of these, which I originally put in the mould. They are not sitting on the front, it is actually embedded into the actual pendant itself. And you can have them either side, that side or that side. But what I like to do with these, I will do it with two of them, and I'll show you what it looks like differently. So I'll dome the back of one, and I'll dome the front of another, so you can see what the difference is, and I'll leave two that are just as they are. I'm going to use a pipette to dome this, and these have already got the little holes in them, and I'm not worried now if they fill up at all, because I will just drill those through using my Dremel. And the reason I'm using a pipette is because I do find that when I'm doming now, with using a pipette, I'm doing the wrong ones. When using a pipette, I actually have a lot more control over the amount of resin I'm putting on, and I get a better dome effect. What I'll do is I'll let those cure up, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. I'm really pleased with how these have come out. I've made them up now. I've put some chains and some leather cord on them. Now this is the one where I domed the front, and I think that's come out really, really nicely, as you can see. So there's the back and there's the front. This is the one where I domed the back as opposed to the front. It has come out nicely, and even though the front has got the bits of acrylic paint on where I painted it directly onto the mould, it is embedded well, so it's not going to make any difference. It's never going to come off. Let me know which one you like the best, whether you like the domed front or the domed back, or if you think there's any real difference between the two. I think there is a slight difference between the two, but I don't know which one I prefer. And these are the ones that are done without the doming. and I do like the way that they come out too. And it's a great technique. It's a new technique for me, and it can be used in a lot of things. As I said, I used it in this coaster as well, which has come out great. This is how it evolved. These were the first two pieces I made, where I tried to paint on acrylic paint onto the mould. I got a little bit impatient when I took these out, and I took them out too early and bent them. So that's typical of me. Don't listen to my own advice. And I really like the way they come out, but I thought it would look nice with seeing the different layers of the acrylic paint as opposed to just one layer. Although they have come out nice, and I think if I didn't mess them about and I just did that, painted it directly onto the mould like that, they would still make quite nice, desirable pendants. Thank you to all my patrons, whose names will coming up next, who get the benefits and all the extra bits from being members of my Patreon account. Check out the video coming up on the screen now if you want to know how to put your resin jewellery pieces together in a really easy way to make them desirable and easy to sell.